Welcome to Business IQ, where you grow your business intelligence, you grow your network, and you grow your business inventiveness. I am your host. My name is Jeswills Eleke. I'm a patent holder with certifications in corporate innovation, psychology, corporate training, and research methodology. We are continuing on the series, Business the Right Way. Now, this is the second episode of what you need to have at the back of your mind before you make that business decision. Now, we're going to be talking about three things. The first is your personality and your vision. This is simply to elaborate on what we have already said in the earlier episode. Personalities. According to the Mind Reengineering and Purpose Theory, MRP, it classifies personality into four: inventors, producers, consumers, and innovators. One may quickly say, why would I be a consumer? The vast body of professionals on earth today are consumers. For example, lawyers can defend or appeal and quote based on existing laws. They do not make the laws themselves. Doctors, on the other hand, can take the theory they have learned and the practicals and they prescribe both what they have learned and what they have prescribed and not their products. They are consumers. Now, every class of personality in one way or the other consume, but there are people who are domiciled in each aspect. For example, when you are comparing personality with vision, now, you can see a lot of people see and we see different things differently, perceptions are different, but when you are seeing, ensure that it fits into your personality. How do I mean? When you see something, for example, global warming or pollution, and you are convinced this is a solution that you can take into the market, but your personality is a consumer, I will advise you not to go into it, because the people who are supposed to go into pollution or global warming are people in the background. The backgrounders, people like the inventors or the innovators. So you must have to find out where you fit. The vision can be very attractive. It could be very appealing, but make sure not just your strengths, but your personality agrees with it. What is the second thing? Your mind on the goal. Now, contrary to what people say, we can multitask. The mind cannot actually multitask. The mind can actually go from one point to the other as quickly as the speed of thought, but does not mean that it is doing different things simultaneously. Now, we will give certain examples while you're setting your goals and your mind on the goals. Now, if, for example, an interviewee comes to your office and, waiting for his interview, and you are at the same time trying to reply your secretary via text, for example, and you tell the interviewee, go ahead, I'm listening, and you're typing, your efficiency will drop. Your performance in writing that text will drop. Your concentration will drop because you cannot possibly stay on different paths, on goals that are very different, far apart each other, and you're able to do efficiently. Now, it's possible that while you're typing that text message, you write exactly what the person is telling you into the text message you're supposed to send to your secretary. But you can as well, if they are on the same path, the goals are on the same path. So what we are advising here is that when you're setting your goals, let your horizons 1, 2, and 3 be along the same path. So if someone is dictating something to you and you're writing the things down or typing it on your phone, it's easy to flow. Your mind can easily and efficiently, take in the things that is being said and, you type it in. Now, if we can take this into the business world, you're having a business that can do very well in Europe, for example, and you are also going to be having the same kind of business in China. Now, in Europe and China, they are of different regions, different time scales, different cultures. So it will be difficult for you to do efficiently and effectively well in Europe and also in China. So while aligning your goals, allow them to be along the same path so that your mind can run effectively and efficiently along that path. Don't get into every opportunity you can see. Only get opportunities that align with your personality and they are along the same path in your goal settings. Now, finally, the third factor we're going to be talking about is how to market your vision. No one sees what you see. You are the best person to communicate what you see. But now, if you have seen something and it is very clear enough to you, it means that your nature have absorbed it. Your character and your behavior must reflect what you have seen. Okay? So when you are marketing to someone, or before you even begin the marketing, the person must have seen the nature, the attitude, the character of what you are about to market to them. So when you now market your product, it's more like you are just consolidating what has already been seen of you or about you. Okay? So now, but in the case that you have marketers, I will always advise, do not rush into getting any marketer to market your product. Before you do so, take the vision, put it into the marketer. Make sure that it's infused correctly into the person's DNA or personality on the other hand, and allow the person for that to be absorbed completely, to reflect in their character, their posture, their presentation, and all of that, so that when they are able to pass this information to a prospective client, it will be that they have already, they are now currently standing at your own point of view, the founder's point of view, before they are able to market correctly. So please don't be in a hurry to ask marketers to go into the market because you know they've had 30 years experience in marketing. It is not the same thing when the person has not fully absorbed that vision. The vision is personal to the founder, and the founder can now make it very appealing to the public to be able to buy into the idea. Okay, so this is it for this episode, and I'm open to questions.
Wow, amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I have a couple of questions here. The first one is, can I have multiple personalities?
Can I have multiple personalities? Now, there could be medical conditions that can have you have multiple personality, alter egos, and all of that. But people are always domiciled in one personality. Doesn't mean a consumer cannot be inventive. Doesn't mean a consumer cannot be innovative or productive. But they are more into the classification or category as consumers. Now, let me tell you something about consumers. I always emphasize on consumers because the title of it makes people wonder if I'm correctly there. Without a consumer, there won't be an innovation because a consumer is the critic. A consumer is the person who uses it and will know if it fits exactly the purpose to which it has been built. So, a consumer, without a consumer, invention won't even continue, okay, or anything will be produced. So consumers are the very primary and most vast majority of the classification. So we cannot have multiple personalities except there are some conditions that are above what the study currently has.
Okay. The second question here is, why can't I multitask?
Why can't I multitask? Simply because our brains are not wired to multitask. Your brains can run to and fro, the neurons can run, the electrical circuits can, go very quickly and come back. Now, depending on the exercises you've had with your brain, okay? For example, if you are used to doing a particular thing very often, it means that your speed increases, okay? You increase in speed in doing the same thing. So instead of calling it multitask, you just increased your speed. Now, take for example, there is nothing absolutely does different things at the same time. Use a computer processor, for example. It could be very fast. What a computer basically does is is faster than human beings, and it can, take up multiple processors. But our processors, from my point of view and understanding, it's your mind. So your mind, it's best that you use your mind along a path. And because it's not wired to do a lot of different jobs at the same time, align it to do exactly what you want along the path. It will be much more efficient. Thank you.
Okay. How can I make my brand grow big?
How can you make your brand grow big? Well, you can make your brand grow big by making yourself grow big. Your imagination should grow bigger. Your thinking should grow bigger. Now, I want to, get a little bit off it. Thinking is the ability to produce thoughts. When you're not able to produce what has gone through your mind or your processor, you're not thinking. There's a record and a study that says that only about 5% of people think. So sometimes we worry, we think it's thinking. Sometimes we are anxious, things pass through our mind. That's not the same thing as thinking. Thinking, according to the dictionary, is the ability to produce thought. Now, people like Elon Musk, when they have this great idea, they have this great imagination. So they sell this great imagination to people, okay? And people, naturally, when they're able to buy into that vision, because they've seen probably the character and the personality of Elon Musk with such, unbelievable feats that he could achieve, and they buy into it. So improve yourself, develop yourself, get this imagination, keep going. There's a saying that whatever you have imagined to do, it's not impossible for you. So keep imagining, keep thinking, write down the things you've thought of, keep improving on it. When you grow big inside of you, then the possibility of growing your brand big is there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That'll be all.
Oh, great. Please, if you like this channel, you can click the subscribe button and the notification button so that when the next episode comes or the next series comes, you'll be able to see it. And I want to once again thank you for tuning into the Business IQ channel. Thank you and have a productive day.